The last time Lin-Manuel Miranda helped out Disney with one of their animated movies, we got the brilliant Moana. So this time we have Encanto, and oh my god, I wasn't the biggest fan of all the trailers, but did this movie sweep me off my feet? Yes, and it is absolutely one of the most magical films Disney has made in quite a while. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Encanto. This is once again directed by Jared Bush, Brian Howard, and of course Castro Smith. It's also written by all of them, and as well as Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's about a young Colombian girl who has to face the frustration of being the only member of her family without magical powers. Again, this is the brand new animated musical from Disney Animation Studios. And I wasn't that excited for this movie. This was like the first Disney animated movie in a while that I was like, I don't think I really care about this one. The trailers didn't really do much for me. I thought it looked cute. I mean, all Disney animated movies look cute, but nothing grabbed my attention to where I was like, I'm chomping at the bits to see this movie. And when I finally saw it, I sat in the theater and I was like, open mind going in, and damn, is this really good. In a year where we got Raya and the Last Dragon and now Encanto, it blows my mind how great of a job Disney Animation Studios did. But of course, we have a lot to discuss today, and if you guys are new here and you love talking movies just as much as I do, then you are in the right place. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts. Did you guys like Raya and the Last Dragon earlier this year? Are you looking forward to Encanto? Have you already seen it? Let's have a great discussion all down below. So with like every review, you know what I like to start with, and that is the pros. And one of the major pros I gotta give it is Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. It sweeps, it swells, and it works perfect throughout the entire storyline of this film. Something that I was a little bit nervous about was something that Lin-Manuel Miranda is known for, is this kind of rappy music, which I love. You know, it's either the Hamilton soundtrack, In the Heights, whatever you want to say. Anytime Lin-Manuel Miranda has his niches on something like that, I am all in. But I wanted to see something a little bit different from him, and definitely in the music you can hear those beats, but overall it is actually very different and unique, and it's something we haven't seen from him before. Definitely we've seen some of these musical vibes in other musicals before, but it really works wonders combining his strengths and other musical talent strengths. And the beats, it all soars and whisks you off your feet. And the music, there was not one weak song in here. I obviously have some of my favorites, but every single one of them, whether it's the style, the tone, the set piece, it all works great. And I had such a blast with this, and I can't wait till the soundtrack comes out. The other thing that I just mentioned was the set piece. Now, watching the trailer, I didn't know what kind of adventure this would go on or how this would be. I knew she didn't have magical powers, but how would that tie into this entire story? The most brilliant aspect of this entire movie is the fact that the movie pretty much takes place in one central location, all inside the casita, or the house, or the casa, however you want to say it. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but all around this house that these magical family lives in, it is a main central character and the main central location that almost 95% of the movie takes place in. And the way that they open up this house to the mystical and magical aspects of it all was fascinating, beautiful, but also a really big characteristic of the entire film. And the themes and messages of family are some of the strongest that I have seen in a Disney animated movie in a while. Yes, almost every Disney animated movie, it feels like, has that message of how important family is, but Encanto really gets to the heart of it all, and I loved it. I love that this house is pretty much a symbolical meaning of the entire family, and how if the house is strong, the family is strong, and if the house is not, then the family is not either. And there's so many different elements that kind of go about there about acceptance and love, and how maybe we don't understand other people in our family. And I think that's something that goes around in every single family today, and I just really, it worked wonders for me in Encanto. And that house is so important to this entire story. That's why it's like the central focus in every poster, is because it is the heart of the story, with the themes of family, and again, just the way that they were able to write it into the story and really bring it to life, you will be pretty amazed how they are able to do that, and I knew I was watching this entire film. Adding in as well, the characters are great, especially our main character, Marabella, who is played by Stephanie Beatrice, who I love in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she's great in here. I hope she starts to get a lot more builder and bigger roles, because she's just, again, a sweet and serenading voice that really brings into the life. As well as John Leguizamo is great as Bruno. I loved Bruno in this. But I also love Diana Guerrero as Isabella. The entire cast is pretty much really good, and all of them are great, but those were definitely my 3 favorites. And you'll all have your own favorite family member throughout this entire movie where you're like, I love that one, I love that one, that's my favorite one. That's the great thing about Encanto. And going back to one more specific thing about Encanto, it's the animation. I mean, Raya and the Last Dragon blew my mind away, and then we look at Pixar and what they did with Luca, which that also blew my mind away. And then I look at this and I'm like, God, the detail. It's so attentive in every single set piece and crack and every little thing that you see in the house. It is just all brought to life in such a flourishing way. That's where it just goes about to be, is how magical this movie is. And I know the movie deals with magical powers, but it is truly a magical movie, and surprised me to no end with how great it was. Time will definitely tell if this will be remaining as one of the big Disney classics when years to come. I still think Raya, I think I enjoyed Raya a little bit more, but Encanto is such a magical movie that I can't express enough that you should see with your families the week of Thanksgiving, because the theme of family, once again, is the strongest aspect of it all.
I got family.
Of course, with every movie, no movie is perfect, and that's why we're going to go to Encanto's cons. Now, I don't have particularly too many. I actually think the movie did a really good job at balancing the music and the story and actually having that good aspect of it. The music was unique, and I actually dug all that, and how it wasn't just a typical Lin-Manuel Miranda. Animation was great, characters were great. I guess the only con I could actually say is there's a little bit of... I wish there was a little bit of a better explanation when it came down to the actual magical abilities. There's certain things that happen in here where I'm like, okay, I just gotta kind of take this for granted. Again, this is a nitpick. If you're a kid watching this, or a teenager or whatever, and you're watching, they're not gonna care. This is just a nitpick that I had, that I would have liked to see a little bit of a better explanation with the magic. I have my ideas of why it's like how it is. Again, I can't get into spoilers, so I can't get into the specific details, but there's just a couple details in there where I was like, I would have liked a little bit of a more deeper mythology dive into there, because I actually think the film moves very briskly. It is a short film. For an hour and 39 minutes, felt like maybe I was only in there for an hour and 15, which is like the greatest thing you could ever imagine. But I do think it could have probably ran a little bit longer, but I mean, really, not that many cons. That's where I really much say Encanto whisked me off my feet, blew my eyes wide open, and I smiled, I laughed, and I just wanted to get up and dance. This is one of the Disney's most magical films to date, and its theme on family is one of the strongest I've seen in an animated form in such a while. It's beautifully told. I love the characteristics of the house, and I just found this movie to be a very solid surprise that I was not expecting. So all that said, I'm going to give Encanto an A-. Thank you once again, guys, for watching this. You guys are seriously all the best, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. I've almost seen every animated movie that I need to in 2021, and once I see them all, I will be ranking them all from worst to best, but this is actually one of the strongest years for animated films, so it is going to be a very interesting discussion down below in the comment section. So let me know what your favorite animated movie is. What are your thoughts on Encanto? Are you excited for it? If you're interested in seeing movies early, head on over to Sandwich Run Films on how to see those, and of course, it's a big thing to you, and a big thing to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I would not be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.